Deej, you got a big old screen here. I'm not used to this. This is pretty
Yes,
great.
full fucking high definition and everything.
Full high def for the Deej. Happy Friday, brother. What's shaking?
Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man. It is Friday. It's Friday,
Mm,
Friday, as
Don't forget
Rebecca
your
Black
fries.
would say.
Yes, that's exactly what she would say.
Yeah. So happy Friday, man. What's shaking?
Well, just your typical manic Friday. I've got a front of the house washed and a driveway cleaning today and possible windows in the afternoon. I got a really big job tomorrow, which is a pool patio, driveway, and then deluxe window cleaning around the house. So that should be a lot of fun. But today, yeah, just great weather. I'm going to get out around 9 o'clock after the podcast here and knock that job out. And then I've got Halloween lights up at my house that I'm going to pull down and then switch them to the other bulbs. Got those Halloween lights turning up as Christmas lights. So a lot of fun there.
Yeah, man. You had a pretty big day yesterday. Why don't you share with everybody what you got going on?
Exactly. Let's do that. All right, I had my big church Christmas light reinstall yesterday, and so I got all my equipment. Basically, I went 2 days earlier and grabbed their Christmas light bulbs, and I'm looking at like, man, this shit was a lot heavier, last year. I remember they're missing like a tote or two, so I told them, I was like, yeah, I think they're. Long story short, their maintenance dude was out of town, so they sent the ladies to the storage to get the totes. I told them they're missing some, so then I'm worried because I gave them back the material that was all hot glued and messed up from years prior that I swapped out and whatever. Anyway, so we have I'm missing some lights, so I'm like panicking. Like when I handed the lights over, I hope they didn't just toss out the lights I told them to toss out. Plus, they wouldn't throw out bulb lights, but they found the totes. I got them, picked them up when I arrived yesterday around 9 o'clock, and I left there at 3 o'clock. So I worked pretty much exactly like five hours and 45 minutes there, and it was reinstalling their two main large buildings and then wrapping about 6 or 7 trees. And I'm happy to say that I got it done in a good amount of time safely. But right now, like the back of my legs and my glutes hurt because I just walked around like magnetically setting bulbs on the side of the building all the way around for 1,200 feet. It was a lot of bending, stretching, all that manipulating your body and stuff. So I hurt today. So I'm glad I just kind of got an easy driveway cleaning where I just walk behind a surface cleaner and then spray water on the side of a house. So I'm just gonna relax after that. But then I gotta go home, climb up, pull my Christmas Halloween lights down, swap the bulbs, probably get them back up tomorrow or so. But got to work tomorrow. Sunday is gonna be a cool day, taking the kids to kids church. Then I have the afternoon to schedule a job. But Monday is gonna be the coldest day of the year so far. The wake up morning time is going to be 37 degrees, high of 58. So that's great in the high, but
Did you say, hold on. Did you say high of 58?
I think so, high of 58 degrees.
So you went from 90, from high 80s, early, low 90s
Today,
to,
yeah, it'll be 86 today. Yeah,
damn.
there's a massive cold front coming in from Canada, eh? And when it gets here, it's
Hey,
going to bring some coldness, some freezing. So get to look forward to that. But yeah, so massive cold front coming in Monday. So I've got a giant Christmas light customer on the schedule for Monday morning. So I'm going to be all decked out in my Carhartt and some pants, double layers, 'cause it's a little nippy. Here in Houston, that's your typical winter day in Houston. It's like high of 48, low of 42, and it's dipping down there. So I'm going to appreciate it. I love the cold weather. I'm actually growing out my beard, side beard action. That's kind of childish. I'm going to let it all grow out for the month of November, but I'll probably end up pulling out in like day 10, and 3 or 4 more days when it really looks pretty haggard. And I'm like, oh, geez. So I got to get past the haggard stage. But, you know, yeah, you know what it's like to grow facial hair. It's hard, just the front.
it doesn't work for a guy like me, and apparently it
No.
barely works for a guy like you. Your
Yeah,
goat and
soft cheeks.
your chin and your mustache are looking sharp though, buddy.
I'm getting it a little growing out a little bit, but it's time for a trim. It's getting kind of long. But in November, you don't shave or any of that crap. So I'm going to see how long I can make it or until my wife complains.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna complain too much. You're a good looking guy, and it works for you, pal.
Well, thanks. Thanks. You too, Goo.
Happy Movember. This is where we
Happy
try.
Movember.
Yeah, this is where guys like me and you get a little scraggly, get a little funky looking for a second, and try our best to grow a beard and or mustache.
Ted
So
Ted Cruz did a press conference once where he's talking about Movember. He goes, "Here's what you do, fellas, for Movember. You see this razor? You take this razor, and you don't use it. and that's how you grow a beard and a mustache. You take the razor and you just put it down. You don't touch it. So let it grow out fully and ridiculous, and we'll see how this looks in 23 more days.
Right. So that's kind of like what
Yeah,
John B was saying when we had him on Wednesday. I was, but asking questions about how to get the mustache in prime
fullness.
shape. Yeah.
Hmm.
And so I have another buddy too that grows his out, and he's, shapes it, and he's done some of those freaking mustache and beard contests. And I asked him what
Cool.
the secret was too, and he was just like, you can't mess with it. Just let it grow, let it grow, let it grow.
Right.
Kind of like Elsa. Let it grow, let it grow.
Yes.
Right?
Let it grow.
Mm,
But yeah, when you let it grow, you let it grow. What are you drinking this
yeah.
morning?
I got a Trenta cold brew with light ice, 2 pumps caramel, and a shot.
Ooh, that's keep you buzzing,
Yeah, man.
buzzing like
And that's
Sunday morning.
so I swung through the old Starby this morning, drank half of it real quick, got a refill, had him top it off, and I got Marisa a drink. And
Smart.
yep, because she has to take Julian to schools on these Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays now. Our We don't change times, but everybody else changed times. So now I'm still getting up at 4:30, 4:45 in the morning to get ready for doing deeds. And then I realized I still got, almost 2 hours to kill. So
Yeah.
this whole time, Eastern time episode. Hey baby, Evie, you want to come say hi real quick? Come here. Hold on, come here. Are you okay? Hold on, come here. Give me a hug. Come on.
Hug
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Oh, my munchkin just woke up.
Oh, morning
So
munchkin hugs.
yeah, I was typically I usually do downstairs meetings
Hmm.
for the Goo and Deeds podcast, but Evie and I fell asleep downstairs last night. So I left her on the Goo and Deeds couch in the studio for
In the studio.
yeah, I didn't want to try to take her upstairs and put her in her bed and try and do all that mess. So yeah, we got a little bed head action going on, and I get to start my Friday with an Evie hug. I hope everybody
Cuddles.
I hope everybody gets a great start to their day too, just like that. You want to say
Yep.
good morning? Good morning. Good morning,
Good
Dee.
morning.
And
Good morning.
everybody else for
Yeah, we
popping
got
in.
John, Gabriel, Damien, John Magdos. Thank you. Good morning, guys. We got a clear viewer. We got Maker checking in.
Oh
Hope
hell
everyone's
yeah.
having a good day. We got Adam, Chris. Thanks, guys. Good morning. Eric
Yeah, man.
Rogers, we're happy to see you in here. We hope you have a great Friday. We hope you make it worth it. Get to work today. Today, we're actually going to we're going to touch on some safety today. Instead of the usual Wednesday, Friday guest type deal, we're going to go through and just talk about a little safety products for the fall season. So the whole point of the fall season is not to fall. So be careful up there on your ladders. Uh, obviously tying off to homes, roofs, and stuff isn't really in a lot of guys' wheelhouse. We're not rappelling down or harnessing. So we got to be careful on ladders, stack ladders, all that. So what kind of tools are you guys using to make your day safer? The water-fed pole in itself is a safety tool because it enables you to clean the window from the ground, not have to climb up a ladder and do like a Frank rave on a window or anything like that. So the water-fed pole in and of itself is a safety tool. We've also got the Instapole, which I'm now using for all my solar cleanings. If you guys got one or don't got one, get one because it's good. So if you've got like a trad pole, section 1, 2, 3 by a section 4, and you can extend it on your trad pole, and you'll also get an extra 4 or 5 feet of reach, which if you're going to clean an entryway window above the front door, that extra few feet, you can reach a little further. But the Insta pole, remember Jason, look up, uh, you know, it's very important to be safe, especially on electrical lines. But yeah, we're going to touch on safety today.
Yeah, the safety is definitely something that we want to touch on. People, Adam Hogan reached out, or he mentioned, leg levelers, pitch hoppers, cougar paws, all that stuff. We want to hear what it is you use to make things more safe for you. I don't do too much of the extracurriculars or the add-ons or things like that. Dude, wah. But I try to make sure that we're always safe as well. Yesterday, Billy and I were at a condo but it's weird. It's a two-story condo, but they have three levels, which is kind of awkward. I had to get on the roof, and once on the side of the roof, there's only three large windows, but I had to have
Mhm.
my pole handed up to me. And then, so last time he didn't use the pole. He had to climb a ladder with a ladder, get on
Huh.
a tile roof, and then set a
Fun.
ladder up, and then clean the windows. F all
Wow.
that. Yeah, it's not
I
safe,
I
not
don't I
good.
don't walk on tile roofs just because the likelihood of cracking a tile is above zero or above 10%. So
Yeah,
I don't walk them. So the Waterford pole, it's like a must, even from an 8 foot sit on the the first story and then try to get up there. But yeah, being on the roof, you got to be careful, which is why I recommend this bad boy, the pitch hopper. The pitch hopper, from the makers of Step It Up. Anyway, the pitch hopper, you can get one of these online. It goes on the roof and allows you a flat surface to stand on. So as long as you're applying downward pressure, it's gripping it with this foam grippy gripness, basically foam, super foam. It's adhesive onto this bad boy, but you can do a steep roof anyway, and then flip it over and do like a shallower roof. But for me, I do Christmas lights. So some of the roofs that I work on are like you can stand on the first story shingles and like reach the gutter area. And this bad boy really helps because it gives you an extra couple inches. And me being 5'8" and not 6'4" really makes it
yeah,
easy to get out there and touch something. So
yeah.
if you guys
You're
ever,
not Frank Graves.
yeah. So if you're cleaning windows, like you were saying, on a second story, sometimes not a tile roof, but a shingle
Yeah,
roof, you can use a pitch hopper, put it up there, and you actually have something you can stand on and level and safely. You can't jump on it, you can't push away. Anyway, just something in your arsenal you guys should look into. It's like 100 something bucks, but having the tool is so much better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it and fall or something like that. So it's not it's something you want in your arsenal for sure.
absolutely, absolutely. We're talking a little bit about safety, and just to jump ahead a little bit.
Sure.
Next week we are having two guests on. We're having Fletcher Denning on.
High
Um,
rise.
High rise. We're going to do kind of a high rise week, as a matter of fact. But we're going to talk to Fletcher about, how he started off in high rise, some of his safety techniques. He's also gone from being a strictly a high rise guy to now running multiple crews and operations and all this extra stuff.
Awesome.
What it takes to go from being a single, well, not a single because he was working for a company, but what it takes to how you go from being an employee to running the show. He'll talk to us about some safety techniques. He'll also talk to us. Fletcher's got quite the following on TikTok and maybe some of the other ways that
Mhm.
he can go over maybe some points, some tips on how to get followers, get clicks, all that good stuff. That will be on Wednesday. Then on Friday
Cool.
we're gonna have Michael Draper from Expert Safety Services on. He does everything safety related. Oftentimes throughout the year, he will do. I know, Craig, right? I can't wait to talk to Fletcher. Um, Oftentimes he will do safety training classes, rope descent classes to help get guys and gals certified for rope descent. To be honest, it's something that I'm really, really, really interested in. I'm not normally, did you know this? I typically keep my feet on the ground or on a roof, but I think to be an all around window cleaner, it's almost imperative for us to learn all the different techniques and styles. And
Sure.
for guys like me and you too, who have the opportunity to share with others, I think it's imperative and important for us to kind of learn how to do everything, even if we're not going to utilize it. I want to be able
Well,
to,
that
what
is
up?
fun and awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is fun and awesome. And
Safety is
Damien's
important.
right. Safety is important, but to have the guys that are like primo at what they do to learn from, that's where we're trying to offer our listeners, our friends, our guests, the same opportunities that we get. So we want to put forward, please don't do that, babe. We want to put forward the best guests for you guys for Safety Week and
Yep.
have the most fun. And I think that Fletcher and Michael Draper are the best ways for us to do it. Um,
Yes.
so that's
Very
next
helpful,
week.
knowledgeable dudes.
Hell yeah. And like I said
I mean,
too,
you can clean a window, but have you cleaned a window 4 stories up? I don't think so. Get out of here.
no, what's funny is you and I we have a text chain with Squeegee Tom, and you and I were chatting about it with him the other day, and I was telling him, I'm 47 years old. I've been cleaning windows for 20 plus years, but there's certain things that I still want to take care of and still want to do while I'm active and while I can. One of them
Sure.
is to get certified and trained in rope descent.
Oh,
I
you're
want to at least
certifiable.
I'm certifiable crazy. Um, I can't wait to talk to Michael to find out exactly what it entails. I know that I'm almost positive Damien went out and did one of their rope descent classes. Yeah, he says attend a couple of his classes. Great dude.
Mhm.
And I also understand that Michael has done a lot for a lot of different people in the industry, and I just
Mhm.
can't wait to talk to him. You and I had a brief opportunity to chat with him briefly. I don't know if I was with you or if I was solo, but in Vegas when he was there. So it'll be nice to track him down and get his input. I can't wait to talk to him about that. Um, Going back real quick, yesterday our pal Squeegee Tom was on Gabe's show,
Yep.
and on Squeegee U with Gabe and Peter Cruz. I did catch some of that. I want to say kudos to both of them. Gabe Gutierrez does a lot of great things for our industry. I'm always impressed with his interview style and his preparation. So I may watch things for different reasons, and I try to learn from Gabe in a lot of different manners. He's helped me when it comes to my writing techniques. He's helped me when it comes to my interviewing techniques. So shout out to Gabe Gutierrez. Shout out to Tom Wilson, Squeegee Tom, for getting on there. I know sometimes it's not easy to do these live things. It makes us nervous. It makes us anxious, and we get a little worried. But when it all boils down to it, is when we sit down and have these conversations, we get our information out there. People have fun and people learn, and
Mhm.
to be honest, that's really why we do this, right, bud?
Yep. So I'm going to catch that interview today. I'll try and stream it while I'm spinning a disc on a driveway, standing behind it.
Yeah, it was a solid interview. Gabe is, like I said, Gabe's really good at what he does. He prepares himself extremely well. He's extremely knowledgeable, and like I said, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to the interviewing styles and things like that. I always want to learn, and Gabe's preparation, setup of questions, and delivery is always something that I totally dig. So yeah, he is a great speaker. You're right, Craig.
Dig it.
Uh,
Make it grow.
d- dig it, dig it.
Dig it.
So for the rest of the day, you said you're kind of just milling around, getting stuff taken care of at the house.
Yeah, just got a small. I got a job this morning, cleaning the front of a house, driveway, and then after that, coming home, either going to a second job, depending how I'm feeling. But I definitely got to take the Christmas lights off the house. I've got two 12-foot skeletons in the front yard. I've already disassembled and stuff because, uh, yeah, that took a bit. But a lot of other tombstones get out of the front, but still have to do the Halloween decorations down off the lights, switch them out to Christmas bulbs over here. We've got red, and put them back up eventually this week. Get some promos out there. I got a lot of good footage yesterday of the Christmas light job, like a time lapse of me setting them all up like bowling pins. It was real nice. So I'm going to get, do some digital editing and stuff today. We've got next week figured out as far as our guests and stuff. So we've got a really cool week already set up and lined up. So I don't have to get anything set up for that this weekend. So I'm just gonna got another job Saturday, possible Sunday. So just getting busy. It's busy season. So hopefully everyone else is out there getting busy. Their phones ringing. Um, I just reminded myself that I've got a customer I've got to reach out to that approved a window cleaning job last month for November. So I got to get them in the schedule because once I really start on Christmas lights, I'm gonna kind of like start putting them up like crazy, and really excited about that because I've got a lot of people already signed up and ready to go. So, yesterday was my big Christmas church job. That went well. Saturday or Sunday, actually, yeah, Sunday, I'm going to be putting up Christmas lights for a dude, blowing off his gutters, and then removing his solar screens and cleaning his windows because he's got realtor pictures on the 15th or so. So, I got a whole bunch of stuff. I hope everyone's busy. I mean, yeah, get
Yeah, and
busy.
I'm hearing that around, pretty much everywhere. I
Mhm.
chat with a gal in Minnesota, Katie Sellers.
Oh, Minnesota, don't you know?
Oh, Minnesota, and
Oh,
she said
Bobby.
she was telling me about she had an 11-hour day and then another long ass day, and I was like, man, that's 11's a lot, dude. 11 hours,
Yeah.
that's a long ass day
Hopefully
cleaning
it's
windows.
100 an hour instead of 65 an hour, but it's still good money. If you make
Right?
over 600 bucks in, whatever hours, sometimes you're a happy camper. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, in
Well,
Minnesota too, it's
it,
being busy. I mean, the cold is coming. I mean, they're close to
well,
Canada. It's got to be hard.
that's what I was getting at. And she's like, man,
Uh,
I thought I was toast, and I thought I was going to be good until, I thought I was winding down. And I tried to remind her. I said, Katie, I don't really know Minnesota weather, and I don't really know how it works out there, but I have a feeling you're going to be busy until probably Thanksgiving, maybe even 2 weeks before Christmas. If you are um, how do I say this? If and when you've been in business for, please stop, babe, for a certain amount of time, and
yeah,
you have clients who like you do good work, and your clients share your work. There's always a couple people who have a need that ask their friends, "Hey, I need my windows cleaned," and there's always three, four, five,
yeah.
6 jobs that you pick up throughout the season.
I've got a
People are having
yeah.
parties and stuff like that, so you know how that goes.
I picked up I got a whale of a customer coming up next week. It's got a house wash and then deluxe window cleaning. So, and they're right on a golf course, like a third of a mile from my neighborhood. So it's really cool. And they're like, my neighbor down the street referred you. I'm like, awesome. So they like pretty much they accepted the estimate within a few minutes, and it's not a cheap estimate for somebody on a golf course with a dirty house wash and window cleaning. So I do the deluxe cleaning. I do basic cleaning where it's trad, and then deluxe is water fed pole and trad, which is kind of weird. But I'll clean all the windows by hand, and I'll go over it with a water fed pole to clean them a second time. That way, it gets rid of all the soap and the smudges and crap in the sides. And also provides a really good rinse for the sills and stuff because I do a good brush of the sills before hitting them. But yeah. So it's like the OCD, and a lot of the customers love that because they don't mind that you're overdoing it, and that even though you've just cleaned the window and toweled it down, it's perfect, hitting it again because I explain how the soap residue along the edges can produce and collect pollen or dust and stuff over the years or over the months. But especially if you got landscapers blowing leaves and clippings, stuff in the air will stick to the soap. So yeah, you add another 45 minutes to your trad job and you add an X to your ticket and call it deluxe, you got a super deluxe day for window cleaning. So
Super deluxe day.
super deluxe, don't you know? Yeah.
Super deluxe. So
Mm-hmm.
we've talked a little bit about what we're doing today. I'm headed, or we talked about what you're doing today. I am happy to announce that for all of our friends who have been listening to us talk for the last 8 months, oh, sorry, babe.
Oop, kicked the
We
kid.
finally, I did kick a kid. She climbed
Yeah.
underneath the underneath the desk.
Yeah.
Um, Billy is headed out to Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport today to go get his photos for his badges. He is now free to move about the country when it comes
You just have a
to,
jet fuel holiday. And now,
yeah,
yeah,
now he's allowed to go to the towers by himself. We don't have to have somebody escort us, which is fan effing tastic. Makes our job easier. Oh, he
the
said on the road.
backstage pass. He's like Wayne's
Yeah,
World. They got the backstage passes.
he got his backstage pass. So we're good to go
Yes.
on that one. We had a really stellar week. You mentioned about how things have picked up. Um, I think we had at least 2 gigs every single day, which is solid. Um,
Cool.
you know, one of the nice things about being a smaller operation is that we can kind of spread out our jobs and not have to slam them in. I find that if we do more than 2 jobs in a day, sometimes our work gets a little not as great. We want to continue to provide the most excellent service that we can
Excellent.
provide. And after 2, sometimes 3 gigs, the production, it stays up there, but the quality of the work is not the same.
Your
So we always
batteries
try to,
need charging.
yeah. So we're trying to maintain that quality of excellence of service and not put in as many hours. There's
Hmm.
it's kind of a a little balancing act that we try to do this time of year.
Well,
You
everybody
want
wants to
to,
get off of work at 1 o'clock. They don't want to work till 4 or 5. It sucks.
bro, one
But
o'clock. I want to be done at like 11. We started. I mean, Billy's on the,
oh, 7.
doing stuff at 6 or 7 in the morning. So if I can get him
Six,
out by
7.
11 or yeah, 6, 7, 6, 7. If we can get him out by 11 or noon, it's a good
Mhm.
thing. Uh, you
Made you
put in
do
a
it, dude.
5 hour
You fell right
straight,
into that one.
yeah. Well, I did. So screen's $4 or so. So yeah, I put in. We've been doing estimates and doing all that good stuff. Um, the week financially was good. The quality of work that we put out there was good. I feel like the quality of content that we put out this week was good. So I feel like we're coming up aces this week, dude. Aces.
Everything's
I
coming up,
got
Millhouse.
right, right. Tomorrow, I'm actually working on a Saturday. I have some friends from
Cool.
Payson,
It
Arizona. It's
happens.
about 90. Yeah, it does happen. Uh, they're from Payson, Arizona. Bob and Mike Ferguson. Hey, Grace, good morning. Thank you for all you
Good
do
morning,
for
Grace.
all of our friends.
Speaking of all you
We,
do, really quick while she popped on, so I don't forget.
yeah,
Dubois. Thank you. There we
Dubois.
go. Got some rolling with the window cleaner museum stuff and this handy
Sweet.
dandy belt, this towel holder.
Oh, that
Thank
was
you
cool.
guys. I'm gonna be wearing this. Yeah, I
I
like it.
I
And
threw
actually, you know
mine
what?
on. I threw
Matches
mine on my
matches my
Trident
shirt. Didn't even
yesterday.
realize. Wow. Trident. You should have tried her. Wait, what? No, that didn't work. But yeah, that's a
Nope.
nice clippy clip. Whoa. But thank you,
Um,
Grace. Thank you,
yeah,
guys, and
thank
Craig.
you. Clean Coast, the deluxe package sounds like a good idea. It is a solid idea.
Some
So
customers love the OCD and the overdoing it, even though it's not needed. You don't need to. The window's clean already. But if you're like, I can go over it with a water fed pole, make it streak free. I did a customer yesterday, and last year I did their windows. There were French panes around 85% of the house, in the back had like 5 or 6 regular windows. And I did it all, by hand last year, and it kind of sucked, but it was a good ticket. But this year I'm like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to do all that. So I sent them a water fed pole strip ticket and cleaned them all beautiful and nice. And so they look great. That was Monday. And I noticed that the back of their house is really oxidized, so I told them to give me a buzz if there was drips coming because it was still like leaking, whatever. And so lo and behold, there was a bunch of water streaks or white streaks. So I came back and knocked that out for them traditionally and looked great. But waterfed pole is definitely better and safer to use because he had a million ladder movements in front with a bunch of French panes and on the side of the house. So waterfed pole is a good thing if you're safety conscious, if you want to not be on the ladder as much, look into getting a good zero system uh, or get with WCR and get one. But Waterford pole, get a system, guys.
hell to the yeah. So
Hmm.
you know, you and I talk about a lot of stuff, right? You just
Yes.
mentioned ladder. How do you? So
Dubois.
I've traditionally, for the first 17 years, I did everything ladder work, right? And then I finally
Sure.
invested in a system. I found a way to. How do you charge for ladder work? Do you have a set price? Do you charge for ladder moves? How does that work?
I figure how many times I'm gonna have to move it and then add about $8 per movement to just the cost. It's kind of weird science.
No, I'm at 10, and I've been at 10
Okay.
but I usually cap between, depending on how many ladder moves you have, um, you know, and depending on how big the house, it's usually like
Hmm.
between a 50 and $80 cap, um, unless it's massive amounts of ladder work. Like I went out to an 11,000 square foot home yesterday. There's about 3 to 5 climbs outside, but inside there's
Hmm.
like shit all over the place, like ladders, or pardon me, stairwell climbs, all sorts of weird shit.
Yikes.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm gonna probably hit them with like a $200 ladder fee, even and probably like a $50 service fee for using the water fed, because it's a big ass property. And if you price the stuff the way I price, yeah. So you start off with a $250 hit, and then you do all the math for 120 pieces. Damn. Uh,
Yeah. It
man,
adds up.
sorry, I apologize.
Plus the
Um,
screens.
Yeah, and well, and so they don't have too many screens, but I also charge accordingly. So I don't charge for screens to be brushed
Yep.
unless I'm
Gotcha.
cleaning them. But in the invoice or in the estimate, it will include cobweb removal, screen removal, brushing, and reinstall interior, exterior glass frame and track clean. But at that
Gotcha.
point, I'm going to be charging between $13 and $14 a pane. And it doesn't sound like much. You'll hear some people say, oh, 14 to 20 per pane. And I also don't care. There's massive ass plates of glass, 6 by 6 and
Sure.
stuff like that. I don't care the size of the glass because then there's other little
It's
ones.
just it takes 10
Yeah.
seconds more, it's like what the fuck? You're
And
done.
there's probably 24 by, like little 6 by 6 squares. So I'm charging the same for that 6 by 6 squares. I'm charging for a 6 inch by 6 inch squares. I'm charging like a 6 foot by 6 foot plate. You know what I
Sure.
mean? So, and I just let
Well,
clients know that it basically evens out. So,
well, with my window cleaning estimates, I'll find the smallest window to the largest pane, if you will, and just write like a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'll just put the hash mark, how much I'm going to charge for that window to the bottom, plus ladder movements, all that fun, and find a happy number. When I was doing the an estimate for a lady on the golf course that I'm cleaning for, she's like, "Sorry about the mosquitoes. Let me know what day you'll be here, and I'll have the mosquito guys come and spray the day before." I'm like, "Oh, we got that kind of money. All right, cool." Mosquitoes weren't even bad, but interesting. I love those are
yeah.
my favorite customers that take care of the window cleaner. There was a golf ball in her backyard, but it was tailor made, so I just chucked it. I'm looking for the Titleist Pro V1s, and that's where it's at.
Craig, I'm just
Oh
reading
yeah.
Craig's comments. Yeah,
Oh,
for all 4 generations our family is doing, we've done this charge per climb. The cost per unit reflects the climb. We do not charge less per unit when we replace ladder work with water fed. So one of the other reasons,
still comes clean. Yeah.
yeah, one of the reasons, and I get what Craig's saying too. So here in Arizona, I didn't buy water fed for a long time because the majority of the times you still have to climb the ladder to remove A, sunscreen, B, bug screen, because a lot of times you can't even remove the bug screens from the inside. So that was one of my hesitations when it came to even adding water fed to my repertoire, to my arsenal, so to speak. I'm super glad that I did because obviously, it's necessary. Hold on, Floyd,
Wolf.
shut up.
Be quiet.
So God damn it. One of the reasons I don't like coming up here too is because when I come up here, then the damn dogs come up here. They look down, and if they see anybody walking in the neighborhood, they fucking bark.
Squirrel.
Sorry, guys.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
It happens.
So yeah, ladder work, charge per unit. I also, one of the things that I do let clients know too is I don't charge per climb. If you fuck up, you might have to climb 3 and 4 times, right? So
Sure.
what I do is I charge per ladder move.
Do do
Um, and yeah,
do
he said
bois.
do do. So if we do per ladder move, it doesn't make the client feel like I'm charging them excessively just because I'm climbing the ladder more times.
Well,
It's
how do
just
you feel about, and I don't know about Arizona trees, but here in Houston, we have like live oaks that are bad, pine trees that are bad, and then up against the houses, we have ornamental crepe myrtles that can grow up to like 30 feet high and then get really bushy. So I have some houses that have crepe myrtles or magnolia trees that are right up against like the house gutters and windows. So I've got to figure out, you got to charge extra to weasel the ladders around it just to try to reach it. The golf course house I was talking about has huge holly bushes right in front of 3 big plate glass windows. So I've got to scuttle in between them and kind of just push back and clean the window. So I've got to get like a piece of cardboard on my back to scuttle in there. So that adds a little to that ticket, etc. for cleaning. She picked deluxe, so I'm going to clean them by hand first, then water fed pull them. But actually, I'm going to do the house wash, traditional clean, water fed pull, and that's pretty awesome. So always good. Good ticket. I just don't want to get hit by a golf ball.
yeah, you're not kidding. Hey,
I'll just wear this shirt. They won't be able to see me.
bullshit. They'll see you
They'll be
immediately.
aiming for my ass. Look at this stupid guy from Saved by the Bell.
Is I haven't seen. Is Sean Hart up in this bitch?
I
Where's
don't think
Sean Hart
so.
here?
Is Mark Gassler in here too?
Uh, so I saw yesterday the zero pump is out too. Have
What's a zero pump?
you? So it's a
I was
sub. It's
working.
a Okay, so it's a pump to add pressure and add more flow to your existing systems. People have purchased them from other outlets before, Harbor Freight, Home Depot, things like this. It's to add efficiency and flow to your setup.
Hmm.
So as soon as I see Sean Hart, I hate having I'm gonna place an order to get me a new pump. Hate
Cool.
having to overthink things. Price per pane for us is the same upstairs is down. See, and I'm the same way, Jake. I don't charge extra. Yeah,
I'll add a few
the
bucks. You know, like 10, 10, 10, 12, 12, 12. You know, just because
yeah,
I
I
got to
don't
get up there and touch it.
yeah, and I don't do that either. It just made things more confusing, and typically it all evens out. I mean, if you were to say, here's 4 at
Oh,
14, here's 6 at 8, it's like, well, look, if you just charge 10 or 12, you're doing the same. It adds up to be the same. So after, I don't know, 12 years of cleaning windows, I just came up with a basic price point. And it works the best for me. Sean Hart. Yeah, that's the
well,
one I was looking for.
everybody's
Adam.
got a different way of math. I mean, some guys have to price it for employees. You know, so
Yeah,
they're
well,
all
because I started
stuff
off
like that.
solo and did it for so long, it's like I always knew that I was going to be here, 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 and here. And
Hmm.
originally, dude, I was charging, I think it was $3 for exterior paint and $2 for the inside of that paint. Then I was at 8.
Wow.
It's 5 and 3. And then I was at like 10, basically 6 and 4. Now I try to be at 12, at 7 and 5. And to be honest, I've rarely even charged 12 because I feel bad. And I've had my clients for a long time. And
You've got
sometimes
to
you get,
listen to Window
I
Cleaning
know,
Blueprint with Keith Kalfas. You got to listen to him tell you about his stories and how you should feel because he goes off the rails, dude. The
well,
rails.
and we have smarter people than you and I, like Megan Likes and Jersey, and people telling
Double
us,
your
hey,
prices.
you gotta raise your prices, sucker.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna be
Megan.
broke until you're 60. Well,
Yes. Raise your
I got
prices, everybody.
I got 13 years to still be broke. That's how I guess. Oh shoot! I don't know what I
It's
just
funny how you
did.
can you can be a professional but not charge professional prices. You know, it's the whole what do you call it? Imposter syndrome, where you don't think you're good enough and you know you're smart enough to do such good work or that you're not worth it. So you've got to, you know, you do great work, project it, and and charge accordingly
Yeah, no
because
doubt.
you're
And
worth
let's
it.
you used a term right there, imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's real. A lot of us have probably gone through it for once or twice or multiple times in our careers. Um, just as you continue to grow and expand in this wonderful world of window washing, excuse me, we tend to compare ourselves to others when I find that it's best to just worry about yourself and not really focus on what other people are doing. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about
Yeah,
what Peter and Paul are charging or doing, and just focus on your numbers and find out exactly what it is that you need to make per job, and find that out. The sooner you find that out, per better, and you'll continue to succeed. That's what I figured out over these years.
yeah.
Oh,
Get a
dude,
daily gross that you need.
yeah. Are you ready for the
Yep.
weekend?
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to start dipping in the cold, like I said, Sunday. Uh, Saturday, I think it's going to be really hot. It'll be 87, 88 degrees.
I
And
know.
I've got like I said, a window and a patio and a pool deck cleaning. So that's going to be a busy day. So tomorrow, while it's not super hot, like I said, I'm going to get up on the roof, take the lights down. It's getting to 86, 87 today. But yeah, excited for next week, except for the extreme cold Monday. But that's going to be a Christmas light day. I might do 2 installs, maybe a gutter cleaning. And then next week is going to be mildly chilly, and I love that kind of weather because I like pants, especially if I'm going to be on a ladder a lot or putting up Christmas lights. You know, I like to stay warm, get moving. But yeah, it's going to be a
So,
good week.
yeah, I agree with you on the cold weather. Cold weather So my dad passed away 6 years ago. My dad worked
Sorry.
in the HVAC industry and wore Levi 501s every day of his working career. After he passed, my mom gave me a shit ton of his Levi's, and
Cool.
every April, May, all of those Levi's get packed away, and then every late October, November, I unbox and I start pulling out these 501s, and I get nostalgic, I get emotional, I get happy. I'm gonna look at you right here. It sends me and fills me with all sorts of emotion, and it's a really good feeling for me when that time of year kicks, and it's literally right here. So it makes me
Awesome.
excited to thank you. It makes me excited to know that that's literally just around the corner. This week I was able to rock
Yep.
a couple of pair of 501s, and it felt good. Made me think of my pop. It was a good time. It was a very good time. Very good time of year. This weekend, as I mentioned too, I'm going to be
Cool.
working with some of my buddies from Payson. They're traveling down the 87, which is a highway up to Payson. Uh, we're going to meet right in the middle. There's this city called Fountain Hills, uh, kind of like a upscale senior style community. It's not necessarily senior, but that's where a lot of people go to kind of kick
The
back, relax.
villages, 55 and older. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not so many. It's just that just so happens to be who lives there. You know what I mean? It's not like out here we have Sun City West, Sun City Grand, all these other like really senior living places. Fountain Hills is more like it's not designated for seniors, but that's where a lot of wealthier people like to go retire, chill out, great landscape, great mountains. So apparently I'm going tomorrow morning to do a big fat ass construction clean with my buddies, Mike and Bob Ferguson, from Painting the Glass. And it should be a lot of
Cool.
fun. I've worked with Bob and Mike on a couple of occasions. They are super good dudes. They, have a different lifestyle up there. It's a little smaller, smaller community. I don't know how many 100,000, 200,000 people live in this community of Payson, but they purchased Paint in the Glass about 2 years ago and have fully expanded and done some really great things, Mark. And to be honest, I want to get them on the show real soon. They're great guys. And I think it'd just be a fun time to chat with them and find out, what they're up to. Also to show some of our friends and listeners that even if you, hey, stop, even if you have recently purchased or you're new into the business, maybe get some tips from them on how to continue to grow. Because I've
Hmm.
watched it, like I've literally watched it happen firsthand for them, their successes and some of the monsters that they've taken over recently. So I'm really excited
Definitely.
to work with them. Yeah, I'm really excited to work with them again soon, and hopefully get some footage from
Morning,
what we
Chuck.
do this weekend.
Heck yeah, get some footage, roll it, put some cool music on it, put a spin, drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like
Yeah.
it's hot. 18 per
Speaking of,
unit cleaned inside out skills.
these are cougar paws, guys. Cougar paws help you walk on the roof on the shingles. If you got to climb up on a roof to get to a window or doing Christmas lights or something. I've had these cougar paws for about 2 or 3 years, and I haven't replaced the rubber on the bottom, the foam, and it's cutting it real close. And every month, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna replace it this year. I've got two replacement pads, and if I fall off a roof because I'm slipping, I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna, and that's how you do it.
There you
All right.
go.
So
Don't
basically,
get caught
it's a
slipping.
bunch of yeah. Don't be caught slipping. But yeah, that pad. Like I said, these things are awesome. So if you guys do Christmas lights, you should know about these. But if you're looking at like tires, hold on, find the camera. Which one? Yeah. So that's how much use. Anyway, point is, wait, stop that. Reverse it. Yep, too much. So replace your pads if you've got cooler pads. So should be pretty easy. I'm always walking on the roof like, man, I've got two clean pads. I should just switch them. You need friction, you need traction. Also, where are they? Ah, steep gear shorts. So if you are working, having to climb up on a roof, do lights, these have like a webbing of a padding, kind of like grippy fingertips for like football hands, what have you. So these will help your ass grab the shingles. Makes it a little safer if you're doing Christmas lights or have to crawl up. Get the goat. This thing is a goat hook. Basically, you put it up on the edge of the roof, and you can put your feet up on here and climb up. And I've got like six or
Bro, wait,
seven of
hold
these.
on.
Hold
That's
up,
pretty
wait a minute.
legit.
That's super legit. I'm like a ninja, dude. I'm like freaking James Bond ninja style climbing up on roofs and stuff.
I could have used one of those things for back in the day when I was trying to climb billboards to go do fucking graffiti. That would have been
Dude,
gangster.
oh yeah, I'm sure people use this for all sorts of nefarious reasons, but I'm sure most of them are for putting up Christmas lights. But you could pretty much do anything. I mean, this is just an easily a hook ladder, if you will.
No.
But what this does is it can sit on the roof and allow you to climb yourself up to get to the peak of some bulbs or something like that. And obviously, this is not a last resort. This is not a safe. It's just a safety tool, kind of like these. You should always rope off or harness, but be careful on roofs. So that's why I wanted to show that. And same thing with that pitch hopper, that foam deal. It's a good deal to have. And if you've got an extension ladder, definitely get yourself one of these Werner standoffs, bullhorn standoffs, 50, 60, 70 bucks on Amazon or Home Depot, whatever. That'll allow you to keep the customer's siding safer than just putting a ladder up against it. But for window cleaning, I like stacks, and I've got the ladder bonnet on the top, like the wool thing, and also that plastic gutter helmet. So, not gutter, but
I lost my ladder bonnet. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I need to get. I really, actually, now that I'm thinking
yeah, like
about it, I think
14
I
bucks
want
on
to.
WCR.
I want to get a ladder bonnet and one of the plastic ones too, because
Yep.
Billy has stack ladders and I have stack ladders, but he doesn't have a bonnet either. I just text Sean Hart and I was like, hey, how much is that pump? I think I need to get one of those pumps. So I got to figure out what that is, but I'll probably place an order today, get two ladder bonnets and a pump because I really want that pump for my Atom. My Plus kicks ass and I don't really need it for the Plus, but the
Yeah.
Atom definitely could use it. So look at that.
All right, so I got a new pad. It's all Velcroed on there for safety. Super thickness. I'm not going to be missing or slipping on anything. My other shoe, which is right here, I got like there's no beef. Where's the beef? I got no traction.
Where's the beef?
With this bad boy, you can see. Oh yeah, the traction's there. Yeah, you just got to stand on it. Yeah. So anyway, I'll have more connection with the shingle, the roof, a little safer for me. That way I can kind of walk down it. But right now my legs, the back of my calves or whatever, are killing me from having to bend over and just put up light bulbs all yesterday. So shoulders, back, it's all kind of jelly
Yeah,
today.
so
So
how
do a lot of
literally
back
how are
cracking.
you feeling today? I mean, are you acting like a big bag of bitch because you're hurting, or are you
No,
just
no.
like,
Oh no, I love it. Well, the point is when you hurt, you just push through it. What would
There you
John
go.
Wayne do? He wouldn't complain. And you just start feeling better because your body's like, all right, time to go.
You
It's
get
funny I
back on
mentioned
that
that
horse.
because get back on that horse and put those lights up. But I've got a Starbucks 3 sweeteners and then a white chocolate cold protein foam. So whatever they do, charge $1, add 20 grams of protein or however much. So I think it's probably insect protein. I have no idea how the hell or what they would use. Maybe milk fat.
I
Mm.
haven't tried it yet, and I usually try all of the stuff that Starbucks comes
Mm.
out with just because I want to see. But I think my drink is like another $2.20, and I was like, dude, $10.40 for my bevy. I couldn't. 8 and some change
Yeah, it
is
was an
already
extra
enough.
buck something. Yeah, mine was 8 something. Usually my wife's thirsty is 6.66 because she's evil. Sorry, Callie, just kidding. But
She,
but
you're
yeah,
already on her shit list today, bro. I wouldn't push it.
yeah. I went and got myself a thirsty and didn't get her one this morning because she had like a third left. So I figured, well, she'd be mad if I just went and got her one with mine. I was wrong. She was pissed. She'll get over it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
live
she's
and learn.
grabbing one through the drive-through. Yeah, live and learn. So
She's
yeah,
texting us both. She's texting us both as we speak, and she's like, "F you."
F you. I'm getting a thirsty. But yeah. So be safe, guys. It's all about safety with your business. Don't do anything stupid. If you're a Christmas light guy, go ahead and get some of those tools I was showing you earlier. The pitch hopper, the goat, the cougar. I have the estimator shoes, but they have boots also as well. And then get the insupoles. Insulate yourself. Be safe. You also get some extra reach. Good morning, Richie. We got Richie Blue in the house. Morning.
Hell yeah. Richie popped in yesterday on Gabe's little conversation with Tom too. It was great to see. So I saw Magdos in there, Chris Lambrinides was in there, myself, Richie Blue. It's always great to see our friends
Cool.
in the industry supporting our other friends. You know what I mean? Tom had some really
Yes.
great things to say yesterday too. Gabe laid out the question so perfectly. It really was a great conversation. As I mentioned,
Awesome.
next week it's a big week. Monday it's going to be just you and I, but Wednesday we got Fletcher Denning. I forget the name of the company he's with now. Of course, I just brain farted. But most of us know Fletcher
We'll
from
say
his
Nashville
high
High
rise.
Rise.
Well, he's in Nashville and does high rise, but his company, I can't for the life of me remember it. But then also Michael Draper will be on Friday with Expert Safety Services, and that's going to kick ass. I can't wait to hear from him. Bring a camera to all your jobs. You never know when it's a rare bird. So, Richie, you mentioned, I think Richie said one of our guests mentioned that they were into bird photography, and I thought that was really cool. I have a couple of guys in my neighborhood. I live in
Oh yeah,
a neighborhood
yeah.
that
It was
has this
Richie.
great
Yeah.
lake. Was it Richie? I thought so. But most of us bring our cameras.
Yes, I think so. I was talking about blue
shooting.
tits.
That's right. That's right. Most of our guests always have something fun to say, but I
Yeah.
remember him talking about that. And then
I'm an expert at blue tits.
blue tips or blue tits, either or, either or.
Tits. Tits. It's scientific. It's based on Latin. Bluish titis.
Bluish titties. Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, speaking of birds, I'm going to break up here. We went to the Buffalo Zoo. We saw two bald eagles in in their encasement or whatever in the zoo. I was driving back from New York. And I was like, Kylie, look out the window, and there on the side of the highway in a big ass tree was an American bald eagle just sitting perched at the south part of Ohio near Columbus. That was pretty awesome. So I thought of TJ because bald eagles have a 200-mile radius that they hunt in. So they could be up in Cleveland, Columbus, they're everywhere. So that was neat to see on the side of the road, just perched up. Like, it was really cool.
That is pretty sweet.
Eagles.
Speaking of sweet, the blue football booby is a real bird. So speaking of cool, real quick, Goo Indeed, Craig said he's going to be the Rolling with the Window Cleaner is going to be part of AWC Mag throughout the year. That is awesome news. Super exciting.
Awesome. Very cool.
Richie, there's a lake right by my house. There's like a community lake where there's fountains and everything. Literally, I can walk out, I don't know, less than a block away. And there's this one particular bird. It has black feet, white bill. And I've jokingly said there's a friend of ours that was there. Look, it's the black-footed white-billed duck. And she's like, oh, how did you know that? Like, she thought I really was naming the name. Yeah, I'm not that avid of a bird watcher, but yeah, that's how that goes. Anyways,
I tried to sit through the movie The Big Year with Steve Martin, Jack Black, and whoever. It's, Luke, one of the Wilson brothers. It's an okay movie. It's a good movie. I like Steve Martin. Jack Black's okay in that. Owen Wilson, that's it. The Big Year, where they're like on a quest to get as many bird sightings in their book as possible. So they're always looking out for a nice set of tits. It's a birdism. I'm not trying to be.
I don't know. Yeah,
sexist.
I was going to say I don't even know where to go with that one without being.
It's a birdism. We're all
bird
watchers
awesome.
Here. Speaking of birds, if you watch Peacemaker, Peacemaker's a great show on HBO Max. So check out Peacemaker. Latest season. It's good. Good show.
Nice. Next week, we're going to be here, same bat time, same bat channel. I hope the 8:30 is Eastern time is still working for everybody. It's not really working for me so much, but I'll get it worked
Keep
out.
those thirsties coming. Yeah. Jingle, jingle,
I know,
jingle.
right? Um, Monday, gonna do a recap of what we had on the weekend, kind of a best and worst of the weekend, highlight, low light of the weekend. Anybody, we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping up now. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? The whole week has been jam packed. We've got a lot of stuff going on. John B was in and he really saved the day. He played Captain Save a Ho, me being the ho because I totally slacked. But thank you, John B, for playing Captain Save a Ho. I should probably send you a cape and put like a big B on it or something. I don't know. But thank you, John
Cute.
B, for rescuing me and saving my ass. I appreciate you, buddy. Um, Deeds, who you want to give a shout out to? Who you want to give thanks to?
Let's give a shout out to Tom Wilson. Hope everything's going well with you, Tom. Hope you're feeling better. Big shout out to you. And thanks to WCR. They donated some jingle to help him on his quest to drive across America to the IWCA this year and the coming year. Thank you to everybody for listening. We appreciate you guys. John, Jake, Craig, Damian, everybody out there. You guys rock every day. You make it awesome to come on. Thank you, Kylie, for your help. I'll get a thirsty for you tomorrow. And thank you, Jason, for everything you do for us. And cool. Just thanks everybody. Make it a
Yeah,
great
man.
weekend.
Deeds, you just nailed it on the head. Kylie, thank you for putting all of our stuff together for the promotional stuff. Thank you to our guests for the this week, John B. Um, John Magdos, thank you for popping in. I'm wishing you still a speedy
Hope you're feeling
recovery.
better.
Yeah, I know John's still on the road to recovery. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers, guys. Um, I want to give a shout out in a request, if I may. We've often talked about what we're going through personally. My mother-in-law went back to the hospital this week. They found some other things going on. If you guys can send some energy, Craig Hensel, some prayers, whatever it is that you guys, whatever terminology that you like to use when you're thinking about somebody, please send them to my mother-in-law. She could use it. Let me think. There's something else going on that I wanted to give a shout out to, or someone. WCR, Chris and Alex, obviously, they're just kick ass at what they do. They're always keeping everybody informed, and also making sure that everybody has the proper gear and just making everybody feel like they belong. And you know what? I think really that's all what we're trying to do too. Is just making sure that everybody has a place to call home, a place to come kick it, a place to start your day, and a place to feel welcome. So if you're looking for a place like that,
Yes.
come check us out, man. 8:30 Eastern, Monday, Wednesday,
Won't you be
Friday.
my neighbor?
Won't you be my neighbor? You know what? Maybe we should do that next year for Halloween. Um, dress up
Maybe.
as
You can be Mr. Rogers and I'll be the opposite, the Eddie Murphy, Mr. Rogers from SNL.
or
Mr.
you could be
Rogers is
Mr.
Stevedore.
Rogers and I could be like the king like the king puppet or something. That would be pretty funny.
Oh, King
Anyway,
Friday. Yeah,
yeah,
well,
King
I'll be Prince
Friday. Oh,
Wednesday. You can be King Friday. Yeah.
only on a Friday. Only on a Friday.
Yeah.
Hey, Craig, I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, John, prayers and energy out to you. Tom, I know you also struggling with some health stuff too. So let's get everybody on the up and up. Let's get everybody that oh, that love, that energy, and
Yes.
that great feeling. Shout out to Adam Hogan. He sent me a great message last night, dude. You're the man. We appreciate all you guys chiming in Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And shout out to Lacey from American Window Cleaner Magazine. If you guys don't have a subscription yet, I highly suggest, excuse me, I highly suggest you get a
Subscribe.
subscription.
69 bucks a
Yeah,
year. Get it.
stay in tune, stay in touch. She's also letting people know that if you want to be a contributor to the magazine, whether it be with photos, whether it be
Mr.
writing,
Robinson, Eric Rogers.
anything,
Yep.
any way that you can contribute. She's always looking for different ways for people to get their
Who's at
voices
the
heard.
door?
I don't know who
Yes.
is at the door.
No, I'm just kidding.
So,
It's the SNL Saturday Night Live. Mr. Robinson.
uh,
You ever heard someone's banging on his door for rent? I'm gonna
for
slip out the
sure,
windows, kids. See you later. Yes.
you got it, man.
Always good.
Well, we came
Yep.
to the
Sound
time of
vibration
the
heals.
day where we're all ready to get out there and go tackle and seize the day, as Tom
Carpe
said,
the
"Carpe
deal.
diem."
Seize the
Let's go
now.
see. Let's go seize the now and go crush the rest of it.
Yeah.
Thanks
Live
to
in the
everybody.
now. Yeah.
Shout outs to one more person, Katie Sellers. I don't know if you even check in on here, but I appreciate your conversations and I hope you're doing well. Get those fingers all back into shape. And yeah, let's just keep kicking ass and
These
taking
fingers.
names.
Jazz.
Having a great week. Stevo, Jersey, T Squeege, Sean Hart, the
Whoa,
rest
here
of
we
Team
go.
Zero. Keep doing what you guys do. We
Do it.
love you and thanks for chiming in and popping in and being a part of our goofy ass show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goofy indeed. Oh
What do you
yeah.
tell him? What do you tell
Sometimes
him,
you
Deej?
gotta take the show. Take the show to make sure to change your rubbers. Yeah, change those
Change your
rubbers.
rubbers. And I hope that our little show here helps you keep your passion buckets full. Happy Friday,
Yes.
everybody. We'll catch you on the flip side on Monday, 8:30 Eastern.
Have a good day, everybody. Thank you. Toot toot.
Peace.